Hi, this is Eddie Muller. Welcome back to TCM's Friday Night Neo-Noir series. I am here on the Noir Alley set with my buddy and co-host, Ben Mankiewicz. And Ben, here's the deal.
Yeah.
One of the things that I noticed this series is kind of lacking that the old noir films had, the femme fatale.
Totally. Neo-noir is not reliant on it.
Absolutely not. So good on Lawrence Kasdan for bringing that character back in 1981, full bore, because Body Heat, with Kathleen Turner as Maddie Walker and William Hurt as Ned Racine, is sort of, I guess, the definitive neo-noir for some people.
Yeah, I think so, because it hits so many of the benchmarks, right?
Absolutely. In fact, I remember seeing this movie when it came out. I wasn't as deeply immersed in noir.
That's what I was about to ask.
As I am now.
You weren't the czar of noir.
Yeah, exactly. When I watched Body Heat again years later, after seeing it in 1981, what struck me was how it felt closer to the original films than newer contemporary films. I think Lawrence Kasdan so excavated those original movies and understood how they worked, like clockwork, that he created this thing that was not a slavish imitation of those films,
right.
but it was one of those films.
Yeah, the main difference to me, aside from the obvious, it's color, it's different, it looks a little bit different.
And there's nudity.
Right, and there's nudity. It is paced slower. Right. I mean, it has more room to breathe. There aren't a lot of, you know, obviously better than I. Are there a lot of, hour and 50 some odd minute noirs from noir's heyday? I don't feel like there are, but I don't know.
Exactly. And I think that breadth that the film has is essential to a modern audience believing the motivations of the characters, because William Hurt gives a terrific performance in this movie, because you got to be kind of smart to be a lawyer, but you got to be kind of stupid to fall for what he falls for in this movie.
Yeah.
And it's hard to convey both of those things at the same time. And he does a really, really good job of it.
This guy is an A-list performer. I mean, he is terrific, and he delivers here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is, of course, the film that made Kathleen Turner. She was really not known at all before this movie. And to go from unknown to probably one of the great femme fatale performances of all time is saying something. I mean, she went off like a bottle rocket in this movie.
Yeah, she is something. I mean, aside from being, you can't take your eyes off her at any moment she's on screen. There is this power behind her, too. Like, you get why he would blow, perhaps, you'll see, everything for this woman.
But, it's not just Kathleen Turner. This movie is also really the breakout for a couple of other performers.
Yeah.
Ted Danson and Mickey Rourke makes his screen debut in this film.
I think it's his third movie, actually, but it is his movie that made him, I think. I might be wrong. You're probably right. Why do I question you on a noir film?
He enters this film. He enters this film in a close-up that announces that this.
No, this is his arrival film.
Yeah, this is his arrival film.
So Ted Danson, this is the year before Cheers. Ted Danson plays a prosecutor, and he's a friend of Ned Racine's, of Hurt's character. And then in the first season of Cheers, there's an episode at the bar where Norm and Cliff are debating the sweatiest movie of all time.
Yes.
And I think Norm mentions Body Heat. And then the brilliance of Cheers, it's just, all you see is just a little grin from Sam that, oh, yeah, all right, but Body Heat, yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that afterwards, the sweatiness of this movie.
Right, the fake sweatiness of this movie, that's good. And I want to talk about Alan Ladd Jr. After this.
Okay, very good, very good. And the other thing is, a lot of people have tried to imitate the great dialogue in the classic noir films and have failed dismally. Lawrence Kasdan actually pulls it off.
Yeah,
you're going to get some fantastic dialogue in this movie as well. From 1981, here are William Hurt and Kathleen Turner in Body Heat.